Hello everyone, this is Sylvia with Pine Kiko Goats, and boy do I have some news for you. So there's been a lot going on with the goats lately. One of the things is the goats have been escaping from the electric fence. I've been trying to get them out in their electric fence and have them browse around our property a lot more, but basically there's a lot of problems involved where the baby goats don't stay in the pen and they're really hard to corral to get into their electric fence, and also the voltage stopped working. So all in all, there have been some problems with the goats escaping out of their electric fence. So I've had to eliminate that option of having the goats out browsing lately. I tried just having the bucks out browsing in the electric fence and tried to graze down our hillside, but somehow Espresso escaped. Well, as you can see, the grass is super duper long on this hillside, and so I brought the electric fence out here and I put the bucks in here. Now Santiago has already been trained to the electric fence, so I don't have to worry about him escaping, but right now I'm just keeping an eye on Espresso here and getting him trained to the electric fence and trying to make sure that he doesn't try to push through it. Now I have had issues with voltage with this electric fence. Just every once in a while the voltage isn't quite high enough to zap the goats and keep them from trying to push through. So I'm also watching it to make sure that the voltage is high enough. I hope to eventually get the goats out here to mow all down this hill, and then we have tons of other really good browsing areas to put them. After the bucks, I tried putting the does and the kids in there, and that did not work. The voltage was not working, so the electric fence had no shock, and the baby goats were able to get themselves tangled up in the netting, and anyways, it was a whole big disaster. So unfortunately, my electric fence did not work. I tried several times. For a couple days, I was putting goats in there to see if it would work for the goat browsing system, but every time they would escape. That first time, in the last clip that you just saw when I put the bucks in there, Espresso actually escaped a couple hours later. So then I tried to put the does and the kids in there, and that did not go over well at all. They were getting tangled in the netting, and they were just finding ways to escape. And the electric shock did not shock them at all, which means that I can't put the goats in the electric fence. It's just not working. Also, I have noticed that my goats have had a mineral deficiency, and it's causing a couple problems with what I believe is causing some growing problems with them just not quite growing as fast as I want them to, as well as one of the kids having a little bit of crooked legs, which can be fixed with minerals. I just have to figure out what will work best and reevaluate my mineral program for the goats to make sure that they're getting all of the selenium and copper and minerals that they need. So I did recently get them a selenium block instead of just their loose minerals because they weren't eating all of the minerals that they needed. And I will probably also start giving them what is called BOSI, which is a selenium injection that will help them so that they do not get selenium deficient and cause problems. Also, as you can see, this crazy weather, it's raining right now and also the sun is shining. The weather has just been crazy, and it's also caused it to be super muddy out here. And the goat pen is super muddy. Sometimes the sun is shining, but lately we've had a lot of pouring rain and definitely a lot of mud on that note. Also, baby goats are going to be leaving soon, as well as Luna, Kiko, and Santiago. Yes, I know my originals are going to be going, but the reason is to continually improve my herd and only keep the best genetics in my herd. So I plan on purchasing 2 new does to add to the herd this year, and then I will still have Divine and keeping her doeling, Dahlia, and then my buck, Espresso, as well as Primrose and Calliope. But yeah, new owners will be coming to pick up their goats soon. I'm selling 9 or 10 goats, I believe, this year, which is quite a bit for me, and I'm really excited about the homes that they will be going to. So stay tuned. The next video will most likely be the goats going to their new homes. And after the goats go to their new homes, hopefully I'll also have a more controllable size herd for a little while to experiment more with how I want to do their rotational browsing around the property. Because it just doesn't seem right to be using a lot of money on buying hay and feed when there's plenty of forage available on our property. And these are Kiko goats. So I want to breed them to be good browsers and be able to survive off of all of the plentiful and nutritional forage on our property. Also, I did want to jump in and apologize for all the goats screaming in the background and the ducks quacking. There we have it. The goats get really excited when I come up here. They think they're gonna get pets and get fed, and then they all start letting off their alarm. So that is that. And I also wanted to add in about a skin issue that I've been dealing with in the goats and what I've been doing to help that. So I've noticed that some of the goats have had some of their hair kind of chipped away and a little bit scaly skin and been licking a lot and super itchy. And so I figured out that they might have lice or mites. So what I did is I put some diatomaceous earth under their bedding, and it seems like it's slowly starting to clear up their skin and they're not quite so itchy. So I think that's working. But if not, I have more ideas of what I can do to help their skin and help them get better. But also another thing that I did is before I took Calliope to school with me and to my agriculture class, along with Primrose to be Calliope's buddy, I did give them a bath and washed out their fur, and that actually seemed to help quite a bit too. Just help their fur and their skin to feel a lot better and hopefully wash out some of that lice and mites or whatever it is that's making them itchy. So I'll show you some of that footage of me giving them a bath right here. Okay, so Calliope is washed. I washed her with Dawn dish soap and water and sprayed her down. You're doing so good, girl. These girls are doing fantastic. Now I just have some mane and tail conditioner that I'm going to put in their hair because it'll help their hair be healthier. Hi, girl. Now for the big news, what you guys have been waiting for. So if you have been following my videos for a little while now, then you'll know that 5 months ago, Calliope got out of the pen and got bred to Santiago. Now, we didn't know if she settled and got pregnant or not, or if she was even bred, but I did know that she was in standing heat at the time and went right up to the buck. And then I thought I had rescued her and gotten her away in time. But it does turn out that Calliope is pregnant and she is due to kid in 1 week. So super exciting that kidding season isn't over yet, and we do have one more kidding to look forward to on the farm. But I'm just hoping that everything goes well and that Calliope will not have a problem giving birth, and that just everything overall will go okay and I won't have to jump in and assist too much. So keep your eyes open for a video coming on Calliope's delivery, which is coming up soon. So I've just kept an eye on her and have been watching her progress. She has a nice quality little udder coming in, and her ligaments are starting to get a lot softer, so I can tell that she's getting pretty close. So I'll just be keeping an eye on her. But also, what I wanted to share with you was the other day I actually took her to school with me, and in my agriculture class we were able to do an ultrasound on Calliope. So we're ultrasounding Calliope right now, and we're just trying to see if we can find any kids in there, because she will be due to kid in 9 days. So right now we're watching the ultrasound, trying to see what we can find. Is that a kid?
No, still intestines.
Okay, so we're still looking at intestines. But unfortunately, on this round of the video that I took when we did the ultrasound here, we mostly just saw intestines, and we couldn't really find the kids inside of Calliope's stomach. But earlier on in the day, in a different agriculture class, when they tried the ultrasound, they were actually able to see at least one baby, and they got a pretty clear image on the ultrasound machine of that. So that was pretty cool, and I hope you guys enjoy seeing us ultrasounding Calliope. I thought that was a pretty cool experience, and hopefully I can do more ultrasounding, know that I have access to an ultrasound machine, and be able to learn how to do it myself, as well as be able to determine how many kids the does are going to have before they kid. That will just be something kind of fun to do. So anyways, there's been a lot going on lately, but I hope you enjoy the footage in this video and hearing kind of about what's going on. Thanks so much for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe, hit the notification bell, and give this video a thumbs up. I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye!